What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So we're still tinkering away on the truck. This episode is actually going to go off course a little bit because we're not actually going to be improving the truck at all. Not even a little bit, actually. So we've got a truck show coming up. We promised our buddy Mikey over at Mikey's Custom Coatings, the guy that does all of our super bitchin' powder coating work. He's got a little booth set up over this upcoming show, the Made of Steel show in Tampa. And we told him many months ago that we were going to be there before the truck decided to crap over on itself. So I'm a man of my word. We're going to freaking be there. But the truck's still kind of apart. We just finished that video where we replaced the heater core. If y'all didn't already, make sure you check out that video. Pretty interesting. Pulled the whole freaking dash out of the truck. I started pulling it out and then I got cold feet. Started putting it back together. A couple days later, got froggy. Pulled it off again. And got it all removed, and then it started raining. It was a big mess. So check out that video. All kinds of good stuff going on in that video. But now that I got the dash back in the truck most of the way, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with that whole center console situation. That was kind of where I left off on the last video. I've been really debating having Ryan over at SRQ Customs help me build a custom center console for the truck that'll be a little more low profile, maybe look a little sleeker, maybe throw some black Line X on there. Might look kind of tight. I'm not really sure of what I want to do yet. I've still got the factory center console. It's actually sitting right on over yonder. So I could still put that in the truck. So anyways, I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. But the truck is movable. I went ahead and wired my switch panel back up. It's just kind of loosely sitting in the truck. So I do have functionality of everything. Dash is all locked back in. We're pretty much ready to go. But still don't have my radiator back. Had to send that radiator out to my good buddy Garth at TCP Performance, because he was building me a super freaking Killin It custom radiator that's going to have 40% more capacity and hopefully eliminate this whole fiasco I always have where I'm overheating on the tug pad. It might have a little bit to do with my driving characteristics. I mean, generally speaking, when the light turns green, bam, foot is to the freaking floor until either I win or that overheats. So we're going to eliminate that from overheating, which means I'm going to be winning all the time. I think that's what the plan is. But anyways, I'm still waiting on my original radiator to get back here because I had to send it out to him so that he could get all the proper measurements, make sure all the mounts and everything fit in the factory location, make sure it's still going to fit inside the freaking engine bay the way I want it to. So he's sending my original radiator back to me. So I still got to put that back in the truck before this show. And also, I do not have those super bitchin' axle shafts yet from Oversend Engineering. Now, if y'all didn't check that episode out, you need to be keeping up with these, or otherwise it's not gonna make sense. Because everything you're gonna be like, well, why is the truck all apart? Well, it's all on the freaking YouTube channel. Y'all need to be checking it out, which wouldn't hurt at all. I mean, get some views up there, get that subscribe rate up there through the roof. That wouldn't break my heart in the freaking least. I'm letting you know. But if you want to know what's going on with the axles, you're gonna have to go back because I'm not explaining all that again. What I will tell you is that as of right now, I have got no axle shafts to put in the driver's side of the truck, which doesn't matter because I'm not going mud bogging or truck tug of war. I'm just doing truck shows, so I only need two-wheel drive. And it's one wheel in the front, one wheel in the back. How about that? But since my original axle shafts are still up at Oversend Engineering, I'm not gonna have those back in time for this Made of Steel show or for the Miami truck meet or Florida truck meet, whatever the thing that's going on in Homestead. Used to be Daytona truck meet, that truck show. Not gonna have axle shafts for the driver's side of the truck for that show. But not the end of the world. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the axles back together without axle shafts on them, which it does kind of suck a little bit, to be honest with you, because I know I'm gonna have to freaking take it all back apart again. But it's the name of the game. It's part of having a mega truck. Hashtag Mega Truck Life. So in this episode of the Killin It Resurrection, we're basically gonna be doing truck show prep. We're gonna get the axles back together without axle shafts in them. I'm probably gonna have that radiator back in hand, hopefully in the next day or two. We'll get that reinstalled in the truck. I gotta tighten up my turbo downpipe because for whatever reason that thing is looser than hell. I don't know what the hell happened there, but somehow that thing's super loose. So I need to get that tightened back up. And I think that's about it. Hopefully. We'll see if I run into anything else. And then we'll have to get the truck all washed up so it looks super freaking sweet for the shows. Without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these axles back together, brothers and sisters. All right, y'all, well, I just got everything relatively clean. So now I'm gonna go through this whole process of putting it together, minus the axle shaft part. Now, one little thing, I don't know if it was laziness on my part or if maybe it was efficiency creeping up on me. Maybe I was trying to be a little more efficient, but I was hoping that I could put these hubs back together just loosely. Tighten all the bolts, but not put any of that sealant that I put on everything. I used that Ford Motorcraft RVT, that gray RVT stuff. And And that's what I use because it's impossible to find gaskets and everything for these axles. And plus, it just doesn't make sense. It makes more sense to like seal it up with that RVT. So I was gonna see if I could maybe put these back together without using any RVT, and maybe just don't put any oil in the outer hubs, because realistically, how fast am I gonna be going? My motor's blown up. I'm only gonna be crawling onto the trailer and off the trailer at the couple show locations that we're going to. But I called Mr. Bobby Brown just to be sure, Mr. Heavy Metal Fab, the guy that helps me out with all of my axle questions. And he says, no, that is not a good idea. He says, you got to keep in mind with the gear reduction, how fast these axles are moving. He goes, it might not seem like I'm going all that fast when I'm driving, but those axles are going pretty quick. So he goes, you do not want to run those dry, which, yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking, but just to have that reconfirmed in my head, though, I'll sack up and do it. Not the end of the world, just a little bit of RVT. Biggest thing, it's not even so much of putting it together is actually pretty easy. It's the cleanup afterwards. So like once I put all this together, it's going to be temporarily together because I'm not going to have axle shafts on the driver's side of the truck. So eventually, before we go to a mud bog or a truck tug of war, I'm going to have to take all this back apart again and put shafts back in there. But once you take it all apart, you're breaking all that RVT loose. And to really get to seal up good, like I like, you got to go through and clean all the old RVT. Oh, there's my neighbor that likes to rev the shit out of his bike all the time. Yeah. But anyways, that's what I was trying to avoid. I was trying to avoid having to clean all that old RVT up every time I take this stuff apart. So when I take it apart again, it would be much faster to pull it apart later if there's no RVT on it. And it would be much easier to put it back together because I won't be cleaning RVT up after this next put together. You follow me so far? Well, none of it matters anyway because I have to put it back together with RVT and I got to throw some oil in it. So now I've got these parts clean. Let me show y'all. Got the hub relatively clean enough. Definitely cleaner than it was when I took the stuff apart, if y'all saw that video. And I got the first seal surface all cleaned up. So now I'm gonna throw some RVT right around here and take that spindle, put it right on there. Put all the bolts in, tighten her down, and then on to the next step. All right, y'all, we're making some progress. This part always takes a little bit longer because you gotta clean everything before you put it on, as I was saying earlier. But we got the spindle on and got the flange bolted up. And then I just added new big old man bearing right here. So now the next step, I'm gonna kind of spray this down a little bit more with some brake cleaner. And then the next step is to put that big ass, heavy ass freaking casing on there. That slides on. And then the interior like liner casing, that goes inside of that. Then that big nut with my sweet homemade socket. Now we can start tightening that on down. So here we go. All right, y'all, we got that big stupid heavy hub on there. And got a big old nut installed. Next up is the carrier that's got all the planet gears in it. That's got a bolt right on up to there. And then just the cover. So since I don't have an axle shaft to put in there, nor do I have a sun gear because I sent that to Oberson Engineering as well. So I don't really have to worry about a lot of those other little components. Literally just got to put this casing on there and put the cover on. Pretty sweet, I'm pretty pumped up. We almost got one corner knocked out. Yeah, brother. All right, y'all, well, it got a little freaking dark last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little freaking tired after putting that whole dash back in and then going through and starting to work on this hub. So let me bring it to speed at where we're at and where we're gonna continue to go throughout this evening. This hub is fully assembled. I just gotta throw some oil in her, but other than that, she's ready to rock and roll. So the next step, I'm gonna go ahead and jack up the back of the truck and then slide the wheel on, put the lugs on. Do I gotta put all the freaking faceplates and stuff? I don't remember if I put, I'm going to a show, so I'm gonna have to put all. Are they all? Yep, they're off. Damn. All right, I'm gonna have to do that sometime soon too. So anyways, I'm gonna jack up this back end of the truck, slide this wheel on, and I might as well go ahead and throw that freaking faceplate on there too when I add these lugs because we're getting ready for the freaking Made of Steel truck show. Because Mikey from Mikey's Custom Coatings got us a freaking super Killin It booth, and I'm not gonna let me blowing an engine freaking ruin that for him. I'll tell you that. So we're gonna continue to put the truck together so we can get her to the show and have her look pristine. If you didn't hear it run, you wouldn't even know the motor's going to be blown on this thing. But as usual, the daylight is freaking going away pretty quick. I do have some lights, but I don't want to be working too late into the night. So I'm gonna get after it, y'all. Here we go. Bam! Just like that, we got a freaking wheel on the, I'm trying to say here, I have a wheel on the driver's side of the rear axle. That's what I was going for. So, dude, we're freaking killing it right now. And I'll have y'all know, this is kind of funny. Freaking Mr. Mikey went ahead and texted me earlier. Wanted to know, hey, you still game on for the show, right? Because he knows that the truck is like been super tore apart and then partially put back together and then tore apart again. And yeah, he was a little nervous because he got at this super bitchin' booth and thought he wasn't gonna have a truck in his booth. I'm like, bro, I'm a man of my word. I told y'all I was gonna be there. I don't want to promise I'm going to be there as of now because there's still a lot of things I could run into that could make me not be there. But I'm going to do everything I damnedest can to freaking be there. I tell you that. So we got the rear axle good to go for now. Good for the Made of Steel show and going to be good for freaking Florida Truck Meet over in Miami, Florida, over in Homestead. Y'all better be coming to that show. God, it's always a great one. I love that one. Seeing everybody there, all the different types of trucks, all the great vendors, nice little after parties afterwards at nighttime. Oh man, it's a good time. So if y'all aren't going to that show, you need to freaking clear your schedule and make sure you're there because that is a good show to be at. But anyways, let's keep moving because we're running out of daylight. It's getting dark already. Now time to repeat the same exact process with hub number 2 on the driver's side of the front axle. Now I did want to go ahead. I meant to put this earlier in the video, but I kind of forgot. I am just like flying through this and just basically doing the time lapse through the whole thing. But those of you guys that are actually, because there actually is quite a few of y'all that are actually pretty interested in how these axles work and how I put them together, how I take them apart and all that stuff. I'm not explaining it all now because I'm going to have plenty of time to explain it in the future. Because literally I'm going to have to, everything I'm doing like right now and hopefully going to finish up tonight and started the other day, I'm going to have to redo all of it. I'm going to have to take the whole thing back apart after these 2 shows. So I can put an axle shaft in that driver's side of the rear axle. Now the front axle, as I said earlier in the couple episodes ago, I am gonna have to go through and really disassemble that thing because we're building a whole new front axle. If y'all aren't up to speed on that, then well, you should go back. You should be following my videos. That way you can see the freaking story as it progresses, okay? You'd be filled in on all kinds of details. But, so I'm not gonna explain all that. If you wanna know what's going on, you need to watch the first episode of the Killin It Resurrection, because that's where I explain these whole axle shafts and why I took it apart and everything. So anyways, when we get back to putting this back together, when I tear it apart again, I'm going to go through and do a time lapse again because you already saw me tear it all apart not that long ago. But when I start putting it all back together, I will go through and take my time, explain each part of it. I'm not going to get super carried away with each part of it, but I'm going to explain kind of each step of the process, break it down, and then go through and do it kind of like I did when I tore it apart. I'll do the same thing when I'm putting it back together. So if you are interested in the axles and interested in how this all goes together, maybe you're looking at getting a truck yourself, or maybe you just always were curious about it, rest assured there's going to be a video coming for y'all where I explain how all this works and how it goes back together. So it's just not going to be this video. You're going to have to subscribe to the channel. While you're in the clicking stuff, make sure you hit the like button at the bottom of the screen, and you're going to have to subscribe to the channel. That way you see the episode I'm talking about where I'm going to explain all this. So make sure you do that. We need to get that subscribe rate up, people. I mean, I'm very appreciative of every fan I got. Every one of y'all that do subscribe, freaking love y'all. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. Because it is a lot of damn work doing all this stuff. Not to mention recording everything with a camera and then editing all the videos. So it's a lot of work that goes into all this. So I appreciate y'all that are avid watchers. Very much appreciate all y'all. Anyways, well, let's go ahead and start getting into hub number 2. Yeah, buddy. All the girls sitting under no wheels and tires, I tell you that. And like a little bit of elbow grease and freaking got her licked. Once you get past the smell, what do you got? What do you got? You got her licked, yo. So far, it is looking like we are going to make it to the freaking truck show for Mikey's Custom Coatings. Hell yeah, brother. Tell you that. So the only thing we're waiting on now that, well, just so y'all can really take in what I was just like, yeah, that's a lot of oil. And it's coming from a truck. Not ideal. So that being said, if y'all saw the last video, I pulled the up pipe off that goes up to the hood stack, and that thing was full of oil. So combining that with what we spit all over the windshield and the whole roof of the truck when we were loading the truck up at Iron Horse and what's on the ground, I'd say I'm gonna have to add a little bit of oil in that engine so that she doesn't lock up when we're taking her to and from show settings. Other than that though, the only other thing I'm waiting on, I've got to get my radiator back. So Garth over at TCP Performance, he still has my radiator, my original one, because he was using that as a template when he's making my custom one. It's going to have 40% more volume. It's going to be a triple pass radiator, so it is going to be way more efficient. Hopefully it's going to totally eliminate that whole overheating problem we're always having on the tug pad. I'm going to have to adjust my driving tactics a little bit because generally speaking, when that light turns green, I'm either winning or I'm overheating, one of the two. So if I don't win, if the other truck's heavier than me, I don't want to overheat this new motor. So I'm going to have to adjust a little bit. But anyways, Mr. Garth still has my old radiator, and I need that in the truck. I'm not going to put the new one in the truck anytime soon because with all the blow-by that we're getting, I definitely don't want to go filling that brand new radiator up with a bunch of freaking engine oil. So I think I'm going to put the factory one back in it. I don't think I damaged anything when I was getting out. I was pretty careful. So I'm going to put the factory one back in it, and then I got to hook up my coolant pipes. Got to top off the coolant, top off the engine with some oil. And I think that's all I got to do. I think we're good to go to the truck show. And I obviously got to give her a good clean because she is super dirty. Still lots of engine oil up on the roof. But you know what? It keeps it's not going to rust because it's got a nice oily coating. It's all part of the plan. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call that a night because I am freaking super tired. Yeah, so I'm going to be waiting for the radiator. So we're probably not going to work on the truck for a couple more days. It'll be a couple seconds y'all's time, but a couple days my time. But once I get that, we'll get it installed and I'm ready to rock and roll. So I'll see you here in a few seconds. What up, y'all? So we got the wheels back on the truck, so now we're going to hop up in the cab, and I'll show you where we're at there. As y'all can see, the dashboard is reinstalled, and the truck is super drivable. And then I went ahead, actually, and wired up the freaking switch panel, so it's just, like, loosely sitting in the truck. But still got full functionality, so I'll be able to move the truck around, be able to turn on my radio, all that sort of stuff. And so I didn't actually know this when I was recording this video, like, a couple days ago, but we made a big decision. Pretty excited about it. Freaking pumped up about it. Because remember I was talking, I was a little wishy-washy. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a new center console in here, put the old one in. I honestly was leaning pretty much towards putting the old one back in. I was thinking about maybe Line-Xing the outside of it, make it a little more rugged, a little more robust, kind of cool looking. But yeah, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to do something much cooler. That's not killing it. That's freaking Killin It. So we're going to do something that's freaking killing it. Now, I tell y'all, I know I brought up a few different times in my videos, God's looking out for me. Well, once again, he was looking out for me for sure. With me looking at getting the factory center console Line-Xed, I had pulled it out of here and had it in my daily driver. And I was going to run it up to Line-X sometime in the next few days and show it to my buddy, Mr. Brian, that owns Line-X Sarasota. Really good guy. If you ever need any Line-X done, any protective coating put on something, Line-X Sarasota. Great people. He actually is the one that Line-Xed my door panels. These super amazing door panels that hold up to everything. Yeah, he coated all that stuff. And he also coated the Mad Scientist headline that's in his Adrenaline Mega Truck, that freaking super badass headline that we built for him. Well, Mr. Brian Line-Xed that too. But anyway, so I had the factory center console in my daily, and I happened to go to the Mad Scientist's house for a little get-together he was having a couple days ago. And as luck would have it, we were talking about trucks and like what I'm going to do to the Killin It truck, how we're going to bring it back, and what Brian's doing to his truck next and all this stuff. And I was, you know, maybe I'll get everyone's opinion on it, see if anybody's got any good ideas. So I grabbed the console, brought it into his place, and one of the guys there is really big into like custom audio and whatnot. He's like, bro, why don't you just build like a whole new like fiberglass center console, like one of those slick looking like lowrider ones? Dude, I totally forgot about those. I don't know how I forgot about them, but that's what we're going to do. So I haven't figured out all the details quite yet. I did reach out to Mr. Ryan over to SRQ Customs, our main sponsor that does all this factory fitting stuff, like my door panels. I got to open this up. It's getting a little hot in here. But I reached out to him and told him my idea. I'm like, hey, dude, so I want to build a whole new center console and maybe throw some more speakers in it. He's like, bro, you already got like 16 speakers and like 10 tweeters and like 6 up. I'm like, yeah, so what's a couple more? He's like, okay, point taken. So he says he's done everything from like super modern, like stylish looking, almost factory looking consoles with a little bit of tweak to them, all the way up to like crazy low rider looking stuff. He's like, we can go as wild as you want. I'm like, bro, we want to go super freaking wild. So he's on board. I think as of right now, the game plan is to put 4 more of the JL Audio 8.8s like I have in the door panels. These speakers right here, because they look super cool and they sound good. But I'm thinking, I think this is going to look really cool. So let me see if I can like video and show you. So I'm thinking like a speaker here, a speaker here, some cup holders here, my switch pan. Well, I got to figure out the spacing. But then I saw a console before Well, the guy had like a speaker here and a speaker here, and they were like facing that way and facing that way, and it looked super cool with the speaker like right here and here. So I'm thinking like 2 of those there, the switch panel, some light up cup holders, 2 more speakers, and then 2 more cup holders. I don't know if we'll be able to fit everything. I don't know if there's enough real estate, but I've got a couple other really cool ideas. That will require the help of the mad scientist in order to make it happen, but I think this console is going to be over the freaking top. So we got another thing on the list that I want to do. Never freaking stops, I tell you that. But anyways, I want to throw this little bit at the end of this video to let you guys know there is going to be a video coming before the truck's back up and running, where we're going to make a super badass center console for this thing. So look forward to that video. I know I'm looking forward. You fired up? You should be fired up because that video is going to be freaking sweet, bro. You heard me? All right, y'all. Well, I just tracked the freaking radiator, and it's not going to be here till Thursday. I'm supposed to take the truck to the show on Friday, so we are going to be cutting it super close. So luckily, my crew just showed up, and we're going to go ahead and put some time in, get the truck all clean, and I'm going to have to try to install the radiator after work on Thursday so I can take it up to the show on Friday. Whew, cutting it freaking close. All right, y'all. Well, the truck is super. Look at it. Look at how good it looks, man. God, never guessed the freaking motor's blowing up, huh? Thing looks damn good. But we're still getting the truck ready for the show, trying to freaking represent our buddy Mikey with Mikey's Custom Coatings. Does all that super freaking killing a powder coating job. And he's gonna be doing a whole bunch of other powder coating as we start getting the old girl super freaking killing it. And I'll let you know. You heard me? Real freaking deal. But as I said yesterday, we're not gonna get the radiator until Thursday. Right now it's Wednesday. So we've got 2 more days till we have to be at the show. Radiator's showing up the day before the show. Figures, freaking last minute motorsports all day long. Oh, damn. Crazy, too. Garth freaking sent out my radiators last Monday, so it's almost 2 weeks that those damn things have been in transit. And they're coming from like Idaho, I think is where it's not all that freaking far. Well, it's kind of far, but still, what the hell, bro? So today I'm gonna freaking hustle and try to get as much stuff knocked out as I can because I still got a good little list of things I gotta do to the truck. I got to add oil to these 2 planetary hubs because, as y'all remember, I just put the freaking wheels on, put the hubs together, didn't put any oil in them. I'm not going to fill them all the way up. Probably going to put like maybe about a quart of oil, maybe 2 quarts of oil because they usually hold about a gallon a piece. So I'm going to throw probably 2 quarts of oil in each one. So if I fill it up too much without there being an axle shaft in there, that freaking oil will come right through the hole where the axle shaft goes and it will leak out and get all over the place right out through that knuckle. So I don't want to fill it all the way up. I think I'm going to fill it up about halfway, which would be about 2 quarts. But then in addition to that, I want to go through and grease all the Zerx fittings on the truck. So all my steering knuckles, my sway bars, and my drive lines, all my drive shaft like U-joints. I want to grease all those because those have not been greased since we were at Iron Horse when we blew the motor up. So I want to grease all them up so that way they'll get nice and lubed up while we're driving around. What else do I got to do? I got to rehook up my 5-position switch for my EFI Live because that was in that console, but I'm not putting the console back in the truck. The console's still in the barn, so I need to take the switch out of the console and put it back in the truck. That way the truck ECM will operate okay and function fine. I can't put the fender wells back in because I need to have them out in order to put the radiator in tomorrow, but I can put that driver's side intercooler pipe back in that I had to take out when we did the engine diagnosis when I was checking all them glow plugs. So I can throw that back in there, then throw the wheel face plates on the passenger side of the truck, throw on all 4 hub covers because all those are all, well, yeah, all of them are off because we were mud bogging last time I had the truck out. So I didn't have the freaking hub covers on because they get all scratched and screwed up in the mud. So I got to throw all them on. And finally, I need to top off the engine oil in the truck because, yeah, it spit a whole bunch of it out. It went all over the windshield, all over the roof, and probably all over the mud park. Yeah, I'm losing, I don't know. I wonder how low the truck is. We're going to find that out. I wonder how low the truck is on oil. I'm sure it's definitely low based on how much oil fell out of that freaking stack pipe when I took it off before. Remember when it spilled all over my leg? So it's at least probably 2 quarts of oil low, probably more. So I got to do that. And then finally, I need to go through and tighten my turbo downpipe because for whatever the hell reason, shortly after it left JH Diesel's shop, that came super freaking loose. Remember, I found that when I started doing the engine diagnosis, started moving that freaking pipe and it was wobbling all over the place. So I need to be able to reach behind the motor there and hopefully that's super easy to tighten up. Never done that before, but it shouldn't be too hard. So as you can tell, I got a freaking ton to do. I'm trying to do it all tonight because I got limited time. Tomorrow, I'm going to put the radiator in and I got to get the truck all loaded up because I got to take the truck to the show on Friday right after work. Whew. Whole lot of stuff going on. So to take you all along this, I'm not going to explain every bit of it. Y'all just heard what I'm going to do. So now we're going to throw the time-lapse camera on and you guys are just going to roll with me through the whole process. And here we go. ain't too bad. Got a lot of stuff knocked out. Remaining on the list from everything I said earlier, I still got to do the tighten up the downpipe that connects to the turbo. I still have to reinstall the stack pipe, that exhaust pipe that goes up to my hood stack. Then I got to put the radiator in, finish putting in the fan shroud that goes around the radiator. I got to rehook up my intake. Other than that, freaking dialed in, bro. This thing's ready for a damn truck show. Look at it. Look at it right now. If it could just get there, that's all we really need. I mean, it's playing the part for a truck show. I just can't quite drive it there quite yet. But we're close. We are very close. So I'm going to sign off for tonight and get back on it tomorrow. Truck show prep. Mikey, I hope you appreciate it, bro. I hope this means a lot to you, because it means a lot of work to me. Well, damn, y'all, it's now freaking 3 o'clock, day before the show, and I still don't have my freaking radiator. I hope it shows up any minute. It said that it's on the freaking truck for delivery as of like 8 o'clock this morning. So, last minute Motorsports freaking at it again, I tell you. So, and I got Miss Jossie's freaking super bitchin' birthday dinner tonight, so kind of in a freaking pickle. I'm thinking I might just have it in my head that no matter what, I'm going to grind, no matter how late I got to work, get the truck on the damn trailer tonight. But it's kind of sucks. Got a lot of freaking work to do. Hopefully it shows up soon. Well, y'all, the freight company is for sure sucking a big one, because they didn't show up. It's now 5 o'clock. So I went and gave them a call like, well, what in the hell's going on? It's supposed to be delivered yesterday from Idaho. I could have made that trip on a freaking Harley in this amount of time. So I called the shipment company, say, what in the hell's going on? The lady said she's sorry, but the driver broke down on his way over to my shop to drop it off. So he's not going to be able to make his delivery today. So sadly, I'm not going to get the radiator today. I'm not going to get it till hopefully tomorrow. And damn, and I can't even load the freaking truck on the trailer because it needs to be able to start to get it on the trailer. I'm going to say otherwise I'd load it on the trailer and just put that damn radiator in with it on the trailer. But that's not an option. So looks like we're going to be waiting until tomorrow to get the radiator in. Cool. Day of truck show. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Well, mental note, y'all, do not ever use yellow freight. I think they call themselves YRO. They freaking suck. Damn radiator still is not here yet. So we're here Friday, freaking day of the show. I'm supposed to have my truck there right freaking now. Supposed to be there at 3 p.m. It's freaking 3 p.m. or like 3:15. Still don't have the damn radiator. And it left Idaho, coming back from TCP Performance. It left Idaho last Monday. So we're talking 12 freaking days. Definitely could have made that journey in a damn Harley like there and back by now. But I'm hoping the radiator shows up here pretty soon. If it does, I think I'm going to take it home, get it installed in the truck tonight, and then I'm going to have to wake up at the freaking ass crack of dawn to get the truck to the show before it starts tomorrow. Way to freaking go, YRO. Sucks to suck, bro. But still got faith. I'm not giving up. Put that damn bitch in the rain tonight if I have to. Get the radiator installed, get the truck loaded up. First thing in the morning, we're going to make it on over the show. We're still going to be there, Mikey. I'm telling you, I ain't giving up yet, brother. Holy shit. They made it. Only 2 freaking days late. So in case y'all wondering, that's a company that sucks. Great job, bro. It's only supposed to be at the show freaking 2 hours ago. Holy Toledo, we got a freaking radiator, y'all. About freaking time. All right, y'all, I'm getting freaking pumped up again. You know, it's in the back of the freaking truck, but you can't see it because, there we go. Now you can. Boom! We got a radiator again. Hell yeah! You ever seen someone so freaking fired up to start up an engine that's blown up? Heard you? Real deal. That's about to happen. That is about to happen. Freaking pump though. Hauling that real quick. Gonna throw the radiator in the truck. Throw a little more coolant in it. Think I gotta top off the oil because we're still low on oil. And then, boom, brother, we're cooking with a blown up engine. But it's still gonna be freaking sweet because I can go to a truck show. Oh yeah. It's gonna be like limping, but it's gonna be moving. It's gonna be moving. Oh God, freaking fired up. All right, y'all. Well, the show officially starts in 40 minutes. And it's 1 hour from my house. I still have to put the radiator in. But, looking at the glass half full, we actually have all the parts here that we need to be able to get old girl half-assly going a little bit. Like, it's not going to be running 100%, obviously. The motor's still blowing up. But she's going to be able to roll. But I've got my radiator, and I haven't unboxed them quite yet. So let me unbox them, because before I put the old one back in, I do want to see what the new one looks like and how it compares to the old one. Because I think it's going to look super freaking bitchy. So, give me just a couple seconds to unbox these 2 wonderful presents. That one is my factory one. Kind of went a little hardcore on the freaking boxage, but dude, look how much they beat the hell out. That shipping company is absolutely terrible. Look, they beat the living hell out of that freaking box. Good thing I put it in a wood box, and that's my new one. It's all filled with foam and everything with my new radiator, so let's see what they look like. Well, damn, y'all, that was quite an unboxing process, if you couldn't tell. stuff wasn't going to get damaged. There was a lot of foam in there. But, boy, look at this. Now that is a change of status right there. Over here, got my factory radiator, the original one. Remember, it's got those 2 ports for the transmission fluid to run all through it. And it's just not nearly as freaking cool as my new one. Oh, brother, look at this thing all TIG welded up. Oh, brother. So I'm going to go through and I'll explain the difference of this probably when we do the motor build, but I'll give you a quick little rundown. That one's a bit thicker than this one. It's about the same footprint, same mounting locations, like same mounts. But that one also doesn't hold the transmission fluid anymore, so it doesn't have that center cavity that this one does. And this one has big, freaking super badass aluminum tanks on it, to where this one's got cheap plastic garbage ones. And, oh yeah, and this one's a triple pass radiator. That one is not. So triple pass means the fluid goes in and goes like this. Whew. Passes by it 3 times, triple pass. Uno, dos, tres, triple. So, God, that thing looks freaking awesome. Oh, man, I'm excited. That's like a racing radiator right there, I tell you. That's like a real freaking deal. Well, I can't be goofing around too much. I gotta hurry up and get this factory radiator put back in the truck and finish putting the truck back together so we can head on over to the Made of Steel show so we can represent Mikey's Custom Coatings. Man of my word, man, this has been a freaking pain in the ass. But you know what? Freaking just about got her licked. Letting you know. And here we go. I think we're doing pretty freaking good. Pretty sure she's all together. I don't think I forgot anything. Except for I got to put some more oil in it because it spit like 2 quarts of it out throughout the past few weeks. And I definitely need to add some coolant because when I was removing that freaking radiator, kind of forgot that I needed to drain it first. So I got a geyser full of coolant dumped in my face. So I need to go ahead and top the coolant off, top the oil off. I think she's ready to load up. She's ready to go to the truck show, baby. Oh, yeah. Whew. All right, y'all. I honestly didn't have time to freaking video everything I was doing. Freaking got all the fender wells put back in. The truck is basically ready to go for the show, at least. It was a pain right in the ball bag. I'm not letting you know. And yeah, as I started putting the fender wells in, everything was freaking going perfect. And then the steering decided to come all apart because I had taken one bolt out back when I was trying to do the engine diagnosis. I pulled one freaking bolt out and couldn't get anything apart. So I was like, oh, well, and I couldn't get the bolt back in either back when this happened like a couple days ago. So I was like, well, I'll get to it in a second. Well, as I'm putting everything back together, bam, that thing slipped loose. The only way to get it back in, take the whole freaking steering column apart. Yeah, super awesome. So it is now 1:30 in the morning. Guess what? I think we're getting ready to load the old girl up. Hopefully she starts. As long as she starts up, freaking getting on the trailer, and we're going to the freaking truck show first thing in the morning, letting you know. Man, moment of truth. Now, as y'all can see, the dash has seen better days because all those freaking pieces broke. And console's still missing. Switch panel's wired up, but it's kind of just sitting there. And yeah, hopefully if we play our cards right, this thing's going to start up. Oh, God. Windshield wipers are on. All right, ready? Come on, baby. Here we go. I'm on fire. All right, let's try turning the fuel pump on. All Come on, baby. Fire up for daddy. Oh no, she won't start. Yes! Yes, 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 yes. She's alive. She is alive. That a girl. All right, are we gonna roll? We're rolling. We're freaking moving. Yes. We're just gonna go nice and slow. She still sounds super funny, but the exhaust isn't totally full of oil because I dumped it all out when I put the stack back together. She don't even sound all that bad. She's smoking pretty good already. But who cares? She's moving. Yeah, buddy. She's freaking rolling. Yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, all right. This is complicated. I gotta put the camera down so I can rear steer it. She's freaking working. She's smoking still really bad. Motor's still very goofed up, but she is moving. All right, y'all, we're getting freaking closer. Let me show you where we're at. I'm just about on the damn trailer, but because I'm missing axle shafts, she won't get on the trailer by herself. She will not do it. She is fighting me every step of this way. She has no interest in going to this show. But you know what? I'm in control, not her. I got a perfectly good winch up there. I'll winch your freaking ass on the trailer. You're going one way or another. No giving up, and I'm telling you, I'm not giving up. You're going. You are going, girl. One way or another, you are going. All right, y'all, here we stand. This is what we're coming to. She is getting winch on the trailer. She is dragging her feet. She hates this. For whatever reason, she does not want to go to the show at all. I feel like when you're trying to walk your dog and it's like dragging its butt and doesn't want to listen at all, this is what I'm dealing with right now. You are ridiculous, girl. You know that? Still love you, though. All right, y'all. Well, we freaking did it. Letting you know. Guess who's behind me? That's a Killin It Mega Truck, and she's on the damn trailer. Now, I couldn't really video everything that was going on because I was trying not to freaking drop my truck off the trailer. It was kind of intense. So what I had to do, I had to block up one of the ramps. I'm gonna have to do all this probably tomorrow to get it on the trailer when the show's over with. But I had to block up one of the ramps so it wasn't such a steep incline because I got tire shine on the freaking tires and I'm missing both my driver's side axle shafts. So the truck would not drive itself on the trailer. I tell you, I felt like I said earlier, like I was trying to walk a dog that didn't want to go, and it was just like being drugged. That's what the truck was acting like, exactly what it was acting like. So, but anyways, I had to block up those two ramps, and then I had to hook the winch up, get good pressure on it, and then winch her on the trailer. She did not want to go at all. But guess what? Guess who freaking won? This guy right here. Because guess who is on the freaking trailer? You are. And she's getting oil all over my trailer. You'll all be able to see it in the morning when it's a little bit more light out. But morning, y'all. Now y'all can see what the hell I was talking about last night. So the freaking truck would not cooperate at all. And she's getting oil all over my freaking trailer. It's okay, though. She's got it blown apart. She can't help it. But no, I went to go drive her on. As you all know, she's missing her driver's side axle shafts. And like a genius, we went and put tire shine on all the tires. So I could not get her to get on the freaking trailer. So first I tried driving her up a few different times. And she wouldn't freaking go. She'd get to where the front wheels were just about to go over this hump, which would make the back wheels be like about to go up this ramp. And then she'd just start freaking sliding and shifting to the side like she was going to fall off the trailer. So I tried that like 10 times. Finally, I'm like, all right, I got a freaking winch. I'll winch you on. So I freaking get the truck all the way up to the trailer as far as it would go and hook the winch up. Just put the truck in neutral, tried winching it. The winch wouldn't freaking budge it. It still started sliding. So then I tried driving and doing the winch. Still was sliding, trying to fall off the freaking trailer. So then my final idea, I'm like, all right, so what's making the problem is trying to get up that ramp while trying to get over the wheel well. Now, the wheel well obviously isn't that big of a jump. I mean, look how little this is. That's freaking tiny, okay? It can definitely roll over that. But it's because of how high this freaking ramp was. That was a good little incline. So I took a piece of 6x6, a big piece of wood, like a block, and put it underneath that ramp that had the drive to it. So the rear tire would have to transition a good little bit to get first onto the ramp, But then once it crawled up over it, then it wouldn't have that much of an incline to go over. So I figured that would maybe help. And I was freaking right. Freaking got that thing right on up there. Got her all chained down. And yeah, made it to bed about 3:30 in the morning or so. And guess what? Now it's 6:15. Pretty much freaking killing it. I don't know how the hell I'm awake right now. I don't even know how I'm fired up like this. Just as amazed as y'all are. But we're ready to rock and roll. So that's going to be a wrap on our truck prep video for the freaking Mikey's Custom Coatings representation at the damn Made of Steel show. Letting you know. So hope you all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, y'all. If y'all enjoyed the video and want to check out future videos, subscribe to our channel. Hit that button right there. While you're at it, hit the like button at the bottom of your screen. You can also check out our website, KillinItLifestyle.com. There you can follow the Killin It crew and order your own apparel so everyone will know you're killing it!